Level 1. You sign the papers with a steady hand. The pen scratches like a clock. You watch ink settle and feel something else shift inside you. Outside, the city hums indifferent. Inside, the silence is precise. You bought the house on the hill. You bought the car that eats highways. You bought time, or at least the promise of it. You thought freedom would look like fewer alarms, fewer compromises, a map with no X marks. At night, you stand on the balcony. Light dots the valley like trapped stars. You breathe in money, and it tastes like air. It tastes clean. You tell yourself, this is the moment. This is where relief lives. You expect a swell of joy. Instead, you find a pause, a gray intake before the applause. You count your wins and feel no weight lighten, only glass under your fingertips. Level 2. Freedom arrives in packages, a private plane, an assistant who knows your routines. Access that bypasses lines. Doors open with keys you barely touch. No small talks, no waiting rooms. You learn the language of immediate yes. Your days rearrange themselves into what you want. You can travel mid-week. You can leave an argument mid-sentence. You can erase obligations with a transfer. Freedom feels like elasticity. You pull and things stretch. You start measuring life by what you can avoid. Bills, boredom, bill collectors, bad dates, they all fall away. Relief is a shape you can afford, and yet late at night something clatters where joy should be. You wake to a different silence, a curated quiet. No knocks, no small hellos. Just the meticulous hush of rooms kept immaculate. You taste the absence of interruption. It is sharp. Level 3 rooms echo differently when they are paid for. They echo with choice and with loneliness. You fill closets with options. You insulate your calendar with priorities. You hire laughter. You schedule friends as if they are meetings. You outsource discomfort. You buy experiences and tick them off like achievements. A sunrise on a private beach, an invisible valet for sorrow. You begin to believe absence is solvable, that nothing in you is irreparable. At a party, people orbit you like satellites. They shine and recede. They complement the life you assembled. Your smile becomes an exhibit. People ask questions meant to be comforting. They ask what you do to stay happy. You answer with facts. You cite numbers. They nod. They don't ask the question that matters. They don't ask what wakes you at 2 in the morning. You don't tell them that your mornings are a ledger. You try to catalog the emptiness into categories. It resists being categorized. Level 4. You look in the mirror. Affluence framed you up close. You see a crafted outline, a careful face with nothing messy left in it. But the eyes tell their own story. They have the patience of someone who has bought time. They also have the hunger of someone who hasn't bought meaning. You test purchases for answers. A philanthropic gala with handshakes and photographs. A charity named after a family member. Generosity makes you feel large, momentarily. Then the largeness recedes like a tide. You volunteer anonymity and discover how brief the relief is. Helping is not a permanent anesthetic. It is a flashlight, bright and brief. You still wake with the same question carved into the ceiling. What am I owed that the world cannot give me? Level 5 cost is not only money, it is the erosion of smallness. You lose the ability to disappear into ordinary days. Your choices broadcast in headlines and in staff meetings. You are never simply wrong in public. You are a case study. You are a myth with a balance sheet. Privacy becomes a commodity you cannot afford. You shelter yourself, and in shelter you find a different exposure. The ache of expectation. People assume you have answers. They pull at you like moths to a screen door. Some want your counsel, some want your contagion, the glamour. You start to distrust compliments. You start to mistrust motives. Trust becomes a ledger entry. You price people in your head. Friends become investments. Love becomes a risk analysis. You thought freedom was the end of calculation. Instead, it is the beginning of a new kind of accounting. Level 6. One evening, a simple thing happens. A neighbor knocks, you open the door. There is a bowl of chili, still warm. The smell is not curated, it is honest, clumsy, human. You invite them in. They sit on your old couch, the one you almost sold. They ask about a kid who lives down the street. You listen. For the first time in a long time, you are needed for your quiet self. Not your portfolio, not your house, not your ability to fix the unfixable with a swipe. You are needed as a presence, not as a problem solver. You realize you miss the friction, the small inconveniences of ordinary living that demanded you show up. They made you human. They tethered you to other imperfect people. That knock cracks something open. And you feel regret that wealth closed so many doors. That regret tastes like rust and rain. Level 7. You start experimenting. You lower the velvet rope. You let someone in without an agenda. You sit with the neighbor on a dented chair. You let silence exist between sentences. You accept coffee that is burnt and conversation that stumbles. You keep your phone face down. You stop timing interactions like transactions. You donate time, not money. It is harder. It is also real. You find yourself in the middle of a community meeting, listening more than speaking. You notice laughter that isn't paid for. You notice connection that stains instead of shines. Happiness arrives not as a headline. It arrives like a slow leak of light into a dark room, not all at once, but steady. It does not require a ledger. It aligns with messy obligations, with sorrow and small laughter, with the knowledge that you cannot buy back what was traded away. Finale. You stand again on the balcony. The city is the same. The lights unchanged. You hold a glass not as a trophy, but as a mug. You used wealth to open doors. You traded your timetable for a quieter one. You bought freedom in spades. You learned its limits. Happiness is not a purchase order. It is a weather system. It needs wind and friction, and sometimes storm. Money made your storms manageable. It did not fill the sky. You learned how to live with both truths. You can afford to step away. You cannot afford to step away from yourself. So you choose small obligations over endless options. You answer the knock. You heat the chili. You put the phone in a drawer. You become available for the mundane. Because happiness, you realize, is barter. It trades you back your time, your presence, your imperfect listening. Freedom bought you space. Happiness asked you for a footprint. You leave one.